Now the food, we have already discussed that digestion only takes place where? Digestion, Hadia, is only going to take place in mouth, which has both physical and chemical. Now, what is the next part? The stomach. And the third is small intestine. These are the places where the digestion is actually going to take place. All right. In stomach, you're going to find both type of digestion, physical and chemical. But in small intestine, you're only going to find chemical digestion. All right. All right. We have already discussed mouth. Now we are going to be discussing stomach. When we look at stomach, so when the food reaches the stomach, the bolus activates the bolus activates the gastric, or also known, activates the gastric glands. All right, or stimulates gastric glands to produce, rather we should say to secrete gastric juices. All right, into the stomach cavity. So when we discussed about some of the when we discussed about stomach, we said that stomach was actually what? We said that a stomach is a distensible muscular bag. Distensible, or in easy words, expandable. Expandable. Expandable muscular bag. All right. It also has stomach walls are thick and muscular. All right. When the when you know when stomach is full, or you can say sated, it sends nerve impulses to brain, to show that it is full and all of that. All right. The inner walls, the walls of the stomach from inside, they have numerous pits. numerous pits. All right, they have numerous pits, and these pits actually they they lead to the gastric glands. They lead these pits lead to gastric glands. All right, and in those gastric glands have basically have gastric juices. Gastric glands produce gastric juices. We learn about those gastric juices, or secrete, secrete gastric juices through those pits, through pits into gastric cavity. All right, so this is what the stomach was. Obviously the wall of stomach are very thick. They're resistant to very high acidity, because those gastric juices are going to be having they have acids. They have acid which has a pH value of around 2. The hydrochloric acid. Have you written this? All right. So let's get back. All right. So the bolus stimulates the gastric glands to secrete gastric juices. And because it is a very muscular bag, so the peristaltic movement that they make, also can mechanically digest food. They can also turn the food into more smaller pieces. So the peristaltic movement, peristalsis in the stomach walls, churn churn the food and mechanically break them, or physically breaks food and mechanically or physically breaks it down.